Hey, what's up, guys? This is Brian from Whisper Status 74, and this video is going to be a little bit of an intervention that I'm going to need you guys to help me with. I also did a few videos yesterday. They all landed yesterday stupidly. I released them all on the same day, but they were Red Dead Redemption videos on the HDR patch that was done to those games, which was kind of a half and half fix. I'm in the process of getting back to you guys, but I got to keep releasing the content because it's on my mind. What you're looking at behind me is Plague, a Tale of Innocence, new game that released. Excellent, excellent game. I'm absolutely in love with it. This game is absolutely gorgeous. It's very story driven. It's linear. It has that Last of Us slash Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice vibe to it. The game is absolutely beautiful. We'll do a video on it. $44, it's a small developer, it's a small title. Support these games. But that's not where the intervention takes place. I've done a video in the past, shout out to Ian Stevenson, who has we call the pile of shame. Ian's pile of shame is movies and games. My wall of shame is video games. I continue to buy them. I buy them and buy them and buy them. The admission, though, is I do not complete them. I barely start them and have a slight addiction to continuously buying them. So where this little video starts was the conversation with Rage 2. Now, Rage 2 was released yesterday as well. Would that be yesterday, Tuesday? Yes, it was released yesterday as well. Like many of you, I watched that game in development. I also beat the original Rage many years ago on the 360. And was actually playing the first game on PC in native 4K, which is great about PC gaming, just a few weeks ago. Played half of it, kind of stopped playing it, and then Rage 2 came out. Now, as I was reading Rage 2's reviews, and I saw a lot of the information about it, I knew in many ways it wasn't my type of game. Now, what I mean by that is the shooting, the mechanics are very Doom-oriented, and that is right up my alley. But the open world aspect of it and not having a lot to do in that open world, it's a little bit desolate, it's a little bit barren. I know full well I'm going to lose interest in that game. I'm more story-based when it comes to single-player campaigns, other than something like Doom, which was just chaotic, but it moved, right along. My point is Rage 2 I'm sure is great. I know it's not a very well optimized game, meaning that even with a 1080 Ti, I'd have a hard time running it at 4K at 60, as well as it not being really well optimized for the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro. My point being is it's not a game I really want. And I was about to order it on Steam and really realized I didn't want it. Realizing I wanted to kind of collect it and to play a few levels and then put it down. The problem is it's really beginning to pile up. And we'll do some admissions in the games that I've recently purchased and I've barely touched. I did a video on this about 7 months ago called The Pile of Shame. And I'll give Just Jay, or Jay Just Games, a shout out as well because he's always teasing me and not completing these games. So this game here is up my alley. It's linear, story-driven, character-driven. It is absolutely gorgeous. I know you can't really see it in the video. Again, we'll do a video on it. But this is the kind of game I can get into. Like Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, I can knock it out in between 7 and 12 hours and really get into the immersion of the world, the art design, the direction. But where the admission comes in, guys, is that I keep buying these games and I'm barely touching them. Same with some of my 4K Blu-rays. I have Alien. I haven't done a review on that yet. I have Black Hawk Down, which I picked up yesterday. Just to show you. Have it. And I didn't even open it. So my point is I'm getting into this collecting and it's kind of wearing on me as I have so many games and very little time to sit down with them. Now here's the thing. It's not that I don't have the time in regards to the channel's too busy, life is too busy. We're all very busy. Each and every one of us have responsibilities. It's almost having this lack of focus where I can't really get into any one game. The games I have built up, for an example, Witcher 3. Recently, Crackdown, Sekiro. I've played half a level of that. Crackdown, half a level of that. Soul Calibur. What else is recent? This game I picked up. I still haven't beaten Dishonored 2. I mean, we can go all day. Spider-Man on PS4 Pro. Horizon Zero Dawn on PS4 Pro. Devil May Cry 5 on PC. Just recently beat Layers of Fear. So I'm not buying any more games. And this is where I need you guys to... I'm actually going to buy one more. Next week I'm going to buy Layers of Fear 2. It's a horror game. Alright, so I'm already breaking my own intervention. But do you get where I'm coming from? The fact of the matter is it's not really that there's so many quality titles being released. But because of not just the channel and showing you guys. Like Sekiro, I didn't even do a video on it. I just loved to purchase it, to display it for myself, and then I know it's not my type of game. I'm not into the Dark Souls, punish myself kind of title. So I purchased that game. I'll probably never get in the process of beating it. Witcher 3 is one of the best games ever made. There's no way in hell that I'm going to be able to take the time to beat that game. I love the Tomb Raider game. I didn't beat the second one and almost bought the third one. So I just kind of need you guys to hold me accountable. Stop buying games. Red Dead Redemption 2. I stopped playing that game because of the HDR implementation. Games I beat recently. I did beat Far Cry 5 when it first came out. I did beat the excellent Resident Evil 2 game. Now, why is this for me? And what I want for you in the comments, or from you in the comments, is your gaming habits. We talk about this in regards to OLED and purchasing displays. What are your gaming habits? For me, what's always knocked me out of single-player campaigns, honestly, has been multiplayer. Earlier in the Halo days and the Call of Duty days, I was so busy wanting to prestige and build up my character and really enjoyed the competition of online multiplayer and the camaraderie. Being somebody who always played sports, I enjoyed playing games with my buddies. That has gone away. Not only is it going away because my buddies are no longer really playing multiplayer as much, the games for me just aren't holding my interest at all. Battlefield 4 I loved. Battlefield 1 less so, but then it got really good. The Call of Duties I'm just really kind of done with. I don't like the Battle Royale game types at all. I find them crushingly boring. So that's not there. Battlefield 5, a game which has a ton of content but zero maps. The game wasn't really complete. And this is why I know I'm done with those kinds of games. Even games where I absolutely dominate and have an amazing game, I don't even find to be fun. I'm bored and yawning halfway through the game. Those games are 20 minutes long. So I'm playing them and finding I'm having a good time here and there. And really want to get back into story-driven titles. But I got to stop buying them. And Rage 2 I almost bought just because I wanted to see if my rig could do it. I wanted to see the art design, knowing full well when they said barren wasteland, that the game didn't have a lot of content in terms of things to do. I knew it wasn't my style game. Far Cry 5 I enjoyed. Got very repetitive, but Days Gone, I know that game's not for me. I loved Last of Us, but these open world titles for me need to have a ton of things to do. Witcher 3 is something that I need to go and beat before I buy Days Gone. And what I've done that many of you have done is I buy these games at launch, don't touch them, and then they're for sale $20 later. My wish list is like 50 of them on PC. Now, if this was just Windows, you would see that literally there's about 60 or 70 games that I haven't beaten that are there. The list goes on and on. But the fact that I haven't beaten Spider-Man and it's sitting there. Let's see, what else do I have? Fist of the North Star, which is a title that I picked up on the PS4 that I never touched. There's so many games. I want to go back and beat Last of Us again in 4K. Now, where this translates to me is having that 4K nightmare where I was really struggling with these defective TVs. It really took me out of the game of really enjoying my content. Which is why I tell you guys, if you have good displays, to really be content and to really, to really just sit there and enjoy them and be present. So for me, I need you guys to hold me accountable and just tell me, no more games. Don't buy any more games. I mean, Red Dead now, if it's fixed, I have that game. Why am I buying Rage 2? Now, Doom Eternal I will buy, regardless. But that's like buying the Alien 4K Blu-ray. I'm buying that no matter what. But I want to know what you guys do. Are you guys completionists? Do you guys buy a game? Do you beat it? Then you send it back? What do you do with your titles? Do you play multiplayer? Do you play single player? What's your content like? Are you also with movie buyers? Are you somebody who buys a film, is like, cool, and then it goes on the shelf? For me to buy Black Hawk Down on 4K Blu-ray, I haven't watched Black Hawk Down on its Blu-ray in a few years. So buying that, I was kind of like, why did I buy that? Now, I bought something like that to tell you guys about, and I'll do a review on it, though those reviews aren't easy due to copyright. But with games, I mean, there's so many amazing titles, and I just keep buying more and more. And truthfully, it does wear on me. There's almost this lack of focus that when I look at the wall and there's so many games, I'm like, I can't start that now. So the excuse that I don't have time, I clearly make videos almost every day. I do have some time. But it's about, for me, psychologically being present, being still, not looking at my phone, not looking at my tablets, and just sitting here, putting the surround sound on. I have this amazing setup, and just being present and playing this game. I played this game last night, and I was absolutely in love with it. It's not for everybody. It is, again, a story-driven game. It is absolutely beautiful. I mean, the game is gorgeous. It's linear, though. You can't go everywhere. But again, if an open-world title is barren and there's nothing in it, I really rather have a more linear story. That's just me. But even Hellblade, Sonora's Sacrifice, that game is gorgeous. I've played half an hour of it. So this video is a little bit of a fun, shot at myself about not being able to commit, honestly. Not being able to really knock out GTA 5. GTA 5 is on here. And here's the crazy part. For PC gamers, you'll appreciate this. So I have a 1080 Ti in my PC. Before that, I had two 980s in SLI. Here's the funny part. I had one 980, GTX 980. That game could run 1080p when it came out. I had so many games that I didn't beat with that single GTX 980. Then when I got into 4K, I went 980 SLI. So in effect, I bought two, at the time, I think they were $400, cards together to run 4K. I then upgraded to the 1080 Ti because there isn't much SLI support. But the funny thing is, out of all the games I could have beat with that setup, I didn't. I upgraded, and now I'm going to upgrade from the 1080 Ti, knowing that I haven't beaten 50 of the games that are up there. Alien Isolation. There's countless titles up there that I have not even started, and I'm going to upgrade my CPU, my GPU. I'm going to lose all this money. I mean, the CPU, the RAM, the motherboard, all that stuff will be $1,000. Easy for me, for what I would put in there. I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. I won't do it. So this is, again, lighthearted. If you don't know me and you're not part of this community or channel, you're going to go, what the hell is this guy talking about? This is a discussion-based channel. I'm just kind of venting on my own habits and how ridiculous it is that I keep buying games and playing a half an hour. Now, being a graphics lover, I do love to pop in these games and walk around and look at the environments. I do love doing that, so that'll never get old. But Jesus, beat some of them. I mean, honestly, come at me and tell me, dude, beat them. Spend the time. What is your habits? Let me know what you do. Are you a big multiplayer fan? To me, multiplayer is almost as dead. Just for me, again, I don't like the Battle Royale. I was a huge Titanfall fan. I'm not sure they're ever going to go back to those games. Again, I'm a little bit older. I don't have the friend group that really plays multiplayer. I don't find multiplayer to be as enjoyable as I once did. I find it very frustrating, in fact. But the thing about single-player campaigns, and I'll give my buddy Cody a shout-out here, is that he was always able to play single-player campaigns to their end. Symphony of the Night, Castlevanias, he'd play Metroid and then play the Upside-Down Castle. It's about being able to be comfortable in your own skin and to really sit there by yourself, alone, kind of isolated, and really enjoy these games. I've always struggled to do that. I've always had other things going on, phone calls, plans, things to do. Now with YouTube, I spend a lot of my time getting back to you guys in the comments. That's not a part of the channel that I ever want to go away from. I want to always be able to respond to you guys. So I really apologize for not getting back to you in the last few videos from yesterday, but I try my best to catch up. But that has nothing to do with me sitting down and enjoying a game and being able to share it with you guys. I do geek out over this stuff. I do love video games probably more than I do movies. And this game here is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it really is this gorgeous title. The art design, I mean, it really is this beautiful game for $40. The sound, everything is just beautiful. Really, really enjoying this game. So, I promise that in the next few days, I'll beat this one. I have to. But I cannot buy another game, except for next week when I do buy Layers of Fear 2. But I was going to buy Rage, and I think it's probably a great game. But I want to go back and beat the first one. I actually enjoyed the first game. So this is just a little bit of, like I said, poking fun at myself and wanting to know where you guys fall. Completionists, do you take games, beat them, knock them out? Do you do all the side missions? Are you somebody like a couple of comments in Red Dead that spent a few hundred hours playing that game? I mean, I have never beaten GTA 5, GTA 4. Never beat those games. Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, these games I've already mentioned them, but these games got amazing. I did beat the Uncharted games. I did buy the DLC, never beat that. These are all great quality games. So while a lot of us complain that there's not a lot of new games coming out that are great, I can't say a word because I have a catalog of titles. Now here's where the crunch really comes on. There's at least 15 or 20 PS4 Pro games that I need to beat before the PS5 launches. Talk about real world problems. But seriously, how can I not beat the games for that system? Now the Xbox is going to be like a PC. They're going to just keep upgrading it, so I'm not worried about that. There'll be backwards compatibility the whole time. But the PS4 Pro, I mean, the PS4 has the best exclusives. It's not even close. And they're looking at me. They're like staring at me. It's like my conscience. And that's kind of the beauty of the channel, is to be able to make random videos like this and get your pulse for the way you guys play. So in the comments, let me know what you think about this for yourselves. Are you like me? Do you buy a ton of games but barely play them? Are you somebody that loves the graphics options? Are you somebody who's in love and you play, like me also, I play the settings and I don't play the game. I want to make sure this game runs at 4K 60 with everything maxed. I got it. Cool. Then as I'm playing it, can I tweak it a little bit instead of just being present? And as we talk about being content, being present, being in the moment, and just enjoying this story. So much of the content that we watch, Game of Thrones, some of the new movies, they lack story, they lack writing. And here I am with a bunch of games that have amazing narrative. And where games, to me, surpass all other media is it's media that you control. It's media, music is great, film is great, art, design, drawing, writing. It's the only media where you can actually control and see the outcome and you can really be immersed in it. And to upgrade this TV in a few months and having this many games that I haven't played on this amazing Sony 900E just doesn't make sense to me. So that's it. Just intervention. Hold me accountable. If you see me posting videos on new games that I picked up other than Layers of Fear 2, pull me aside. Tell me, that's this community, that's this family that we have. Tell me what you think. What are your habits? Are you doing the same thing? Or am I a nut job and you don't do that and you're like Jay Just Games, you just knock games out? Or are you just letting them pile up? Is your Steam catalog out of control? That's all I gotta say. I am gonna beat this game. Check out this game, Plague Tale of Innocence, I believe it is. It is awesome. Support these small developers. $44. The game is gorgeous. I believe it's available on PS4. It's pretty well optimized on PC. Check it out. Beautiful game. Very story driven. I am Brian from Whisper Status 74. I will get back to you in the comments. Thank you as always for listening, for being there, and for all your feedback. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.